first example of understanding environmental problems through a socio-environmental lens is the cod fishery case in the Baltic Sea, that industry's prosperity and subsequent depression. We will also look at the role of social dynamics as opposed to traditional ecological studies to bring the socio-environmental view into focus. In the 1980s, following a period of extremely high abundance, the cod fishery in the Baltic Sea, a water body in northern Europe, suddenly collapsed due to a combination of overfishing and poor environmental conditions. Interestingly, with the crash of the cod fishery, one of its important prey items, a fish about 12 centimeters long called sprat, increased dramatically. Changes in zooplankton prey and other fish, such as herring, also occurred. This presented an interesting system from a socio-environmental synthesis perspective, because rich biophysical data were combined with qualitative social information through a modeling tool called generalized modeling, which revealed insights into the collapse. This got a team of researchers led by Steve Lade and Maya Schluter interested in understanding the role of social ecological coupling in the Baltic cod fishery collapse. The project began when a team of Baltic Sea experts from the natural and social sciences worked together to develop a conceptual model of the key ecological and social factors that contributed to cod stock dynamics. This highly simplified diagram was later formalized into a dynamical systems model. The ecological dynamics during the cod boom and collapse had been well studied, and like the dynamics of many other ecological systems, a number of complex interactions between environmental conditions and food web dynamics were at play. Not surprisingly, the cod catch was influenced by total fishing efforts as well as cod abundance, and it was well known that cod catch had increased over time. Prior work by others using quantitative and qualitative approaches indicated that the pressure fishermen exerted on the cod fishery was influenced by the size of the Baltic Sea fishing fleet and the West Coast fleet, as well as the time they spent fishing. And their decisions about buying new boats or changing their fishing effort were influenced by psychological, economic, and institutional processes operating within a given social and biophysical context. Those included elements such as perceptions of profitability, subsidies local fishermen received from the government, and costs they had sunk into gear and boats. The team was able to include these factors in the model along with the interactions between the social and biophysical system using qualitative and quantitative data from other studies, as well as theoretical work on what factors influence behaviors. Steve, Maya, and their colleagues used a generalized modeling approach that did not require detailed information on the processes within the model, so they could test the relative importance of social and ecological processes for the stability of the cod fishery using a combination of qualitative and quantitative data. Ecological models alone may be able to reproduce the fishery dynamics, but cannot be used to investigate the processes driving catch and effort, nor the social ecological feedbacks in which these processes participate, and which drive the social ecological system into a new state. By developing an empirically driven model that also was informed by rich sources of qualitative information and data, they were able to show that understanding a complex problem, such as collapse of a fishery, required incorporation of social dynamics.